We move on now to the main event. We've been working for the past year with 4 great teams. Whether working on their product market fit, prototype development, or building data analysis pipelines, it has been both challenging and exciting to work on these fantastic projects. So first up is Kaylee Sullivan, CEO of Resonance Therapeutics, whose team is working on a novel non-pharmaceutical depression treatment using a combination of EEG and electrical stimulation.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Sullivan. I'm excited to introduce Resonance Therapeutics. A medical technology startup based in Melbourne, Australia, RTX is pioneering drug-free therapeutics for better mental health care at home. Spun out of Monash University in partnership with Neuromotion to commercialize an invention that has the potential to fundamentally change the way we diagnose and treat brain disorders. Mental health requires urgent action. We don't need statistics. We can look to our friends, family, and co-workers to witness the challenges for those struggling with depression, anxiety, addiction, dementia, many of whom spend years with different doctors, therapists, and specialists in a trial and error approach, trying a multitude of medications and interventions. 60% of all patients treated for depression will fail to benefit from their first line of treatment, many suffering extensive side effects and repeated relapse. Depression has a global economic burden over $1 trillion, set to become the world's number one health concern in the coming years. Why now? In the US, Europe, China alone, there are 96 million people with major depression entering primary care every year. 3 out of 5 will not respond to first line treatment. Over 50 million treatment resistant patients are seeking specialist care from a healthcare sector in crisis. It's understaffed and oversubscribed. That's 300 treatment resistant patients for every one practicing psychiatrist and 0 truly effective treatments. Treatment resistant depression presents a $100 billion underserved market opportunity and desperately needs to be addressed. RTX was born out of a therapeutic brain stimulation lab in Melbourne, Australia. Our founders have played a pivotal role in its widespread adoption into clinical practice over the past 20 years. Our work with TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, has shown that it is possible, that delivering electricity rhythmically to the prefrontal cortex can break the cycle of depression. For some patients, a single course of TMS can bring an end to years of suffering. Typical treatment lasts 1 month. Patients will travel to and from the clinic every day for 4 weeks. High staff costs, overhead expenses get passed on to patients, many of whom are paying thousands of dollars out of pocket. The fundamental problem: TMS technology does not scale. So, what if we could do this at home? TES, transcranial electrical stimulation, is emerging as a more scalable alternative. It uses low intensity electrical currents passed directly through the scalp. Devices are smaller, cheaper, and can be packaged for patients to self administer at home. Promising clinical trial results and the prospects of a cheap, drug free home use therapy is fueling a lot of commercial activity in this space, with one major caveat: mixed results. There's massive variability in patient response. Some will respond, some will relapse, some will see no benefit at all. Why? A general lack of precision, large differences between individuals, and a very large set of tunable parameters poses a big problem for the optimization and clinical validation of new therapies. So, what if we could treat each brain individually? If we could objectively measure and diagnose, treat and track changes, and tailor our stimulation to an individual's own brain? Necessity is the mother of invention. We set out to fix this exact problem. I'm here today to share our solution. We built a device capable of simultaneously measuring and stimulating the brain, reading and writing changes in brain activity, and modulating behavior. We're using it to develop a personalized and targeted home use therapy that offers new hope for millions of sufferers. At the core is our unique active balancing current source with fully integrated EEG and a powerful onboard signal processor. We can measure we can measure brainwaves, analyze activity, and stimulate to match frequency, phase, and direction. We can repeatedly measure and stimulate and adapt in real time to optimize and improve outcomes. Delivered alongside a wearable headset and easy to use patient control interface, our system is designed for patients to use at home in a way that is safe and simple to self administer. Our treatments can be remotely monitored and safely deployed by health practitioners into people's homes. As the world embraces an age of digital therapeutics, we're building a digital dispensary where your diagnosis is based on your own brain and your personalized prescription comes in a very different kind of tablet. We're bringing the clinic to the couch in a way that's accessible, affordable, and effective. We have invented and successfully licensed key methods and core technologies, with 2 patents pending and 1 patent granted, including worldwide exclusive rights to commercialize and sublicense our active balance and current source technology in all fields. We're building a formidable portfolio. We'll soon be adding new features, adaptive algorithms, and disease-specific applications to the fold. Our designs and algorithms have been successfully prototyped, tested, and safely used in human subjects. Clinical prototypes are in production with access to medically accredited manufacturing facilities and a team of world-class engineers. We have access to patients, research facilities, and a wealth of experience designing and running clinical trials. There is demand from the research market that will provide an early customer base. Special projects and sub-licensing rights means that RTX has revenue generating potential from day one. An even greater asset, our founding team, draws knowledge, experience, and passion together in a powerful constellation. We are uniquely positioned to know the challenges that come from working on the frontiers of psychiatry. We're driven by a mission to make things better, transform cutting edge technology into novel therapies and clinical practice, bringing it out of the lab and into the homes of those that need it most. Our focus is on treating depression with an initial target on treatment resistance. Main customers are practitioners working in specialist mental health care. End users are patients that have failed to recover from their first line of treatment. We were born global, with access to established sales and distribution channels and large networks of key opinion leaders. We're expecting to see early adoption coming from existing TMS clinics. We're offering a more scalable solution that can be deployed at home and remotely managed, with lower overheads, lower staff costs, and more convenient care options. With the recent pandemic, we've seen an increased demand for out of clinic, treat from home solutions and an alarmingly sharp rise in people seeking mental health related support. By meeting market driven clinical needs, we're creating a new standard of care that both dramatically improves outcomes and reduces costs for patients, providers, and a high value proposition for payers with potential pathways to reimbursement. An added advantage of our self administered treatments and remote data collection is that clinical trials can be conducted at home in parallel at massive scale. Our protocols are hardware enabled but inherently software controlled. This facilitates rapid iteration and innovation compared to the pharmaceutical industry, rich discovery pipeline, and fast turnaround for new therapies. Our roadmap: we have a clinical prototype in production. In the next 12 to 18 months, we plan to launch our early access program, bring investigational devices to the research market, develop our regulatory and reimbursement strategies, and commence our clinical trials, strongly positioning ourselves to enter clinical market early 2023. We want to accelerate our roadmap with an upcoming seed funding round, with the goals of growing the team, launching our research product, building out the cloud solution, setting the stage for decentralized clinical trials towards rapid regulatory approval, and our first clinical product. We're committed to a future where better brain health is accessible and affordable to everyone. I extend a warm invitation to reach out and connect. It would be great to work together on this. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing from you.